Hi guys, I'm so glad to be back with you again today. We've been doing so many great videos on colorization of brass stampings using the Inca Gold and acrylic paints and perfect pearls and all that good stuff. But you know, we're just skimming the surface. There's so many things that you could do still with paint. But I thought maybe today we'll take just a little break and we'll take some of those parts that we made in the last video and make them into a fantastic pair of shoulder duster chandelier type bohemian boho gypsy type earrings that you're gonna love. The colors are great, they're rich, the beads I use are really pretty. It's going to give you lots of ideas for what you can do with your stuff. And of course, if you want to use ours, you know where it is. It's at www.bisouboutiques.com. Javi will put that in there so you can get it right. But anyway, before I get into it and show you how, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel because it's going to be so much stuff coming up. I mean, we have a plan here and we're on a roll. There's going to be a lot coming out. You're going to enjoy it. So please subscribe. And also, if you like the video, leave me a quick little like. It means a lot to me. It really does. So I appreciate it. So having said that, I'm done with that. Come on over here and let's make earrings. So I've got this part back that we did a bunch of them in the last video. And I thought, well, let's make some really cute earrings out of it. And I do have a pair that I'm wearing. You might have noticed them in the beginning. I don't know if you did. I had these that I did, you know. But they're just kind of simple, you know. The colors are good and everything, but they're just kind of simple. And I thought, oh, I'd like to do a little bit more with this part, you know. I'd like to make it really fancy. So I thought, well, how will I do that? So I got monkeying around. And I have, I'll just set that aside for now. I have all these great little beads that came in the other day. They're all check. We still have some at the website, but we will have more very soon because I went in and I did a double reorder because they are selling like hotcakes. Shows that they're good. But anyway, I thought, well, let's just mess around with this and some of those beads and see what happens, okay? So I'm going to do one. I'm not going to do both of them here because it'll take too long. So I'm going to do one, show you where I'm going with it. But basically, what I'm using is I'm using this little lily bead. You can make it point up or you can make it point down, however you want. It's kind of like a lavender blue color with some pinky type accent on it. And then I'm using these rondelles. They're black with a crystal AB. My favorite of all. We have them on the site. If we're out, we get them back in real quick. Then I'm using a hill bead, which if you don't know what hill beads are, I'll show you briefly, but we'll have another session. We'll show you more about hill beads at some point. But they're really basically, they're like a half of an 8mm fire polish, cut in half. Really cool. So we're going to use that. Then we have some more of the lavender blue here. And then we have these wonderful little, have you seen these yet? I just discovered them. They're those little Hawaiian hibiscus check beads. Normally they're like 14mm, 18mm, 22mm. These are 7mm. They're so chiquita, you know. They're so tiny and cute. So we're going to put some of those on there. And then we have another, it's a half coat. The one side is kind of matte. And the other side is iridized with amethyst in it. And then I painted these with copper, amethyst, turquoise, and buffed it back to the brass in the middle. Okay? So let's get with it. I'll show you how I put them together. Hopefully, this will give you some ideas. Maybe not even using this very same stamping. Maybe using another one we did or another one you have and, you know, a technique that we learned together. So you don't do this. I'm just saying this is what I did, okay? So anywho, this is the way it's going to go. I'm going to start like this. And I'm going to put my hill bead on first, facing up, cupping up. Is that showing up, Javi? Okay. Then I'm going to put my rondelle, which is, I think it's a 4.5. I would have liked it better if it would have been maybe a 7, but it's what I had. Then I'm going to put my lily bead pointing up instead of down. And that's going to be my top. That's going to be how that looks. I'll hook it all together in a minute. Don't want to waste your time. I'm here to give you ideas, you know, what to do. Because I thought we're at a place where we should be doing some ideas here, you know. Now, for the bottoms. The middle one is usually where I start. So, what I had in mind to do, starting from the bottom. You always want to start from the bottom of anything you line up, because that's, you know, what needs to go on first, because that will be at the bottom of your piece. Now to find the little hole. Okay, so I've got my little Hawaiian bead on there, and then I'm going to put my rondelle, and that should help to hold it in place. And then I'm going to put my next bead on, which is this iridized half coat. It's pressed check glass. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, here's the hole. It's hiding from me. Sometimes these holes hide. Okay, and then I'm going to put another rondelle. And then I'm going to put another Hawaiian bead, okay? I like to put all my beads on the head pins and stuff before I start hooking it up. I like to lay it all out and see what it's going to look like, and then I start hooking it up. So that's going to be in the middle, which will be pretty because it'll continue the line here with that. And then I'm going to... Now, if you happen to have some ball end head pins, that would be really pretty with these. I just happen to get low on them. Having a few supplier issues with those, but anyway, if you have some, they would be awesome. Okay, so that will be up here. And the reason I put this chunky bead up here and then pulled this down, made this a little longer, is because it would bang into it and it wouldn't hang right. So I put a smaller bead here and then a chunky bead. Now it should be fine, but it won't hang right if I put it too close to that other one. So now I'm just doing the same thing on the far side. You're going to be able to see real quick what this is going to look like now. So we'll have to see how fidgety my hands are and how much coffee did I drink today, how this is going to be putting it together, okay? I'm going to move my other set over here, so we're just going to concentrate on this. And then I'll show you the other two that I made the other day and give you some more ideas. But this is just basically how it goes. Now, I want my loop to go sideways here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my beads that way, same way, and then I want to make this loop here go the same way. So using my wolfies, I get my little notch in the back. Sometimes you can switch it around. It's, I don't know, sometimes it's fiddly, but I'll get it there. I'll get it where I want it to be. Yeah, here we go. All right. Now you have to be careful when you bend it that you don't bend it too tight, because you can nick the brass. Not the brass, the glass.
The glass.
The glass, not the brass. Okay, now I'm just kind of scooching this up a little bit. There are better ways to do this than I do. I will tell you. I learned the wonky way a long time ago, and I never have been able to teach myself to do real precise ones. So if you guys can do real precise loops, then good for you. Maybe you teach me sometime. Because it just doesn't go that way for me. Javi does precise loops because she learned the right way. Okay, so I'm just going to have to, I only went around like once, twice maybe. You don't have to do a lot. However you like it. I'm going to nip this off. And now what I need to do is I need to be sure my tail's tucked in, because it surely is not tucked in at all. So I'm going to kind of press this up and then up. I'll go back and fix this later. It can be fixed. I just don't want to take too much time because I want to get the earrings made so you can see. That's the point. Not the technique this week. The point is the design. To get you some design ideas. I'll come back and fix that later. But you would not want to leave it that way. That's for sure. You would not want to leave it that way. Okay, so we'll see if I do better on this one. And again, I want to try to get it, you know, facing to the side. But once again, when I go here, I don't want to go too tight, because if I do, I will chip that. Now this one went so much easier. Why was that? It's because, I think anyway, it's because I used a shorter head pin. And on the other one, I used those great big long ones that I had. Okay, so it made it a little bit more unwieldy. So now you can see it's going very nicely. So it would have probably been a good idea if I would have cut that off a little bit first. It would have worked out a little bit better for me than having that great big long piece of wire hanging out. See, this went real nice. It could be a little bit better. I like to feel over it and see if I feel any, you know, roughness. So now I will just turn it this way, and I have it going the way I want it to, and it's all good. I'll just go back and adjust a little bit when I'm done. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Okay, here's the next one. And once again, I want everything pointing out flat this way, so I have to make my loop going this way. So I'm going to get in here with my wolfies. I need to get some more of these, because people are going to want them for gifts or just to get themselves some. I've been out of them for a while. I did find a plier that's almost the same as the flat nose in the set. This one, we have some like this on the website, but we don't have this set. And I think everybody should see. Did you see that? That is the glass. I chipped it a little bit. Let's see, where did it go? I guess I'm okay. I guess I'm okay. But, you know, you have to be careful because the glass is a little brittle. A little bit more brittle than I'd like it to be. Anyway. Okay, we're getting there.
Could be from the bottom one, too. Sometimes it snaps.
Maybe. I don't think there's anything that's a problem here. But, you know, you got to be careful because sometimes when it does that, it is a problem. And you can see it. And, you know, you might not see it, like, just looking at it. But, like, if you sell your work, the camera will show it. And that piece will not sell when you put it on your Etsy or whatever, your website. People will see that ding, and nobody wants to buy glass that's dinged. They won't. Okay, I've got to turn this around the other way. Like that. Okay. So not one more to go in the design. And this is just my design. Feel free, if you have beads like this, to go ahead and copy it if it makes it easier for you to learn. Or just let it be for you to... See, I heard something give there. Yep, see? You have to be careful. But they're fine. I mean, these little shaped beads like this, they're great. Glass ones from Czech Republic. You can tell how old I am. So you have to be very careful. A little tiny one will probably not show. Let me look and see if it shows. No, I think it's okay. There's a little, I can see a little bit there. But I'm just going to leave that for now. Maybe I'll swap it out later. Okay. So I want to get this finished up for you so you can see. But yeah, watch for your dings because it'll make it hard if you sell your work. If you're just giving it for a present or you're wearing it for yourself, you may not care. It may not matter that much. But people will not spend their money on glass that's dinged. Okay? So now that's pretty good. I'll go back and smooth that a little bit later. So I've got all my loops pretty much the same size. This one's a little bit crooked. You want to get it straightened up. Okay. If you've not done this before, it just requires practice. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've had plenty of practice. For years I've practiced. It's just like, I love wrapping the wire, I love doing all that. I'm just not as good as some people at it, that's all. But I'm good enough. I can do all right. So now I'm just going to hook this up. You're going to be able to see, oh, come on, Brenda. Too much coffee. Too much coffee in my life. Too much caffeine. Too much Diet Coke. Not good for you. Should be more water. Okay. I would have hooked them all up ahead of time and just looped them up and just showed you the design, but I didn't think that would be the best way to teach. I thought you should see that process, especially if you've not done it very much. But yeah, you can see the glass can kind of chip off. Some of that's just the color. But we're good. We're all right. Just be real careful you don't get a big hunk out of it because it's hard to turn that there like that. You have to be very gentle. And obviously I could have been a little bit more gentle. But I'm trying to get done. Javi's tapping me. She wants me to make 12-minute videos. I don't know if I'm going to quite make it this time. But I think I'll still do pretty good. These are 6mm jumps, by the way. You can use whatever color seems best to you. I thought gold would be best, so that's why I'm using these. Okay, so we just back at it. And you'll be able to see what these earrings are going to look like. Yay! Alrighty. So these are going to look really great. And the colors all pick up everything. There's turquoise in here, so here's turquoise. And the colors of purple and all that, the iridescent. This is going to be beautiful. So all I need is an ear wire, which I don't have one right here, but I grabbed one and put it on, and I'll make the other earring, and I'll have a beautiful pair of earrings. I wish there was a little bit more color in here, so I may add a little bit more because I didn't quite seal that yet, so I could go back and fix that. I have different ways of sealing things. Sometimes I can do it after, but that's another video for another day. Anyway, I want to show you the other ones I made. These came out really great. These are really special. So I made this pair, and they have the pink and the blue and the rusty color on them. And then they have the big open daisy and turquoise, which we still have at the website and more coming. The little pink ones, the little pink Hawaiians, we're out of right now, but they're on their way. I have a lot of them coming, so there'll be plenty. But those just came out so good. Lots of those jet ABs, beautiful. And then I should have brought a cup down here and hung them off a cup. That's a good way to show it. And then here are these. Similar, but not the same. Similar colors, but not the same. And on these, I used the not tulip, the lily beads. Same configuration. Sorry about that. So let me just lay them down here, and you'll be able to just kind of look at them real quick before we take off. Take a good look at them. You can stop your computer, you know, stop the video. I mean, not the computer, and you'll be able to see, you know, too. But these are the ones that I made on Sunday. We had a little live video on Facebook on Sunday. So I made them to show there. But here, I just want to kind of show you the whole process of how I laid it out. And I like it. I think it's coming out good. So anyway, maybe you'd like to try that. Maybe you'll use this finding, maybe you won't. There are so many of them. If you want to check our website at visabatiks.com, there are a lot of raw brass stampings that you can add color to. And not only that, remember, you can add color to brass ox and matte black as well. Very nicely. Takes color really well. Silver, not so good. Gold, yeah, it'll work. But the best ones are brass ox and matte, because it just kind of has a little bit more tooth. So you might want to try that. It might make a very dramatic look if you used a black background and put those colors on. It might be really cool. So there are some ideas for today. We'll be back with you very soon with some more colorization ideas. And we're just going to keep going back and forth and showing you different ways that you can use the stampings that you're painting and make it fun. And pretty soon you'll have a full body of work, all new, great new look, very colorful, that you're going to enjoy for a long time. Give it to friends for gifts, or maybe sell it on your Etsy or whatever like that and make a little money. So have a great day. It was great being with you. You guys are great. Bye.